Hello, hello. Guess what? We're together today.
I know, I love it.
In
I like
the
it this way.
same place
Yeah.
for the Black Belt Newscast. I'm Cindy Fisher,
I'm Todd Prater.
and we are live from our office in Selma, the Queen City of the Black Belt.
And it's so nice to be sitting next to you. It's great doing it from home.
I know we
but-
used to do all of our newscasts
Yeah.
together, and we had a teleprompter and everything. But now you guys just hear us on the fly. I don't know if it's better or worse, but here you go.
At least it's fun.
It is, and we have so much to talk about always
Oh,
on a Friday for our newscast. This one is June 21st,
Yep,
and
it is.
don't forget that we are talking about headlines that are on blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, and you can send us your news in the Black Belt to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. I get lots of submissions, by
That's
the
good.
way, so I
Yeah.
know you guys are listening and we love it. Know that we can communicate with you guys, so make a comment wherever you're seeing us.
Please.
And we will see them and we can talk to you. I know I have people that ask me questions sometimes during, or just say hi. We like it when you say hi.
Yeah, we know that you're listening.
That way we know you love us. And make sure to sign up for our daily newsletter.
Yeah,
And
big help.
this is a help. We were just talking about how he gets, when we're on the go a lot, all the reporters are posting all day. It's the way that you know what's going on in the Black Belt, and it goes out at 3:00 every day. So sign up
I
for the
use
daily. It's free. Just give your email address, and you will get the headlines every day from the Black Belt. That is how we do this, and we charge nothing for you to read our stories.
Yep.
All right, let's launch in. We've got stories from Dallas County, Perry County, Wilcox, Marengo.
We're in the Black Belt.
Everywhere today. So we're going to start in the Queen City with the controversial signing of the contract for the security cameras. This has been going on for several years, right, Todd?
Several years, at least 5 that they've been working on trying to get it. And of course, it's been a decision. Do we go with Cellcom? Do we go with Alabama Power? The mayor wanted to go with Alabama Power. The city council wanted to go with Cellcom. They both have their positives and negatives. The mayor, according to what Council President Billy Young said, the mayor did not act in the allotted amount of time that the law allows for him to either sign it or veto. And because of that, the council president is able to sign the contract. Janie Thomas spoke at the press conference the other day. It's her ward that's having so much of a crime problem, shooting problems and whatnot. And she was very much for, and a lot of people in the audience there were from her ward and were clapping at this signing of this contract. So again, as I was saying, when the mayor didn't act in the allotted 10 days, under state and city law, the council president is able to sign the contract, and they did so with Rick Wilson of Cellcom.
Right. So Cellcom is a local owned,
It's
and their
local,
argument was the money will stay local.
Yes.
And when you're with the contract, this one is with Cellcom, they're buying the cameras. With
Right.
Alabama Power, they would have been leasing, but new cameras when they come in would just be replaced.
Right.
So the difference, there. We haven't heard from the mayor since this signing,
No.
but I know he isn't happy.
I would imagine not.
Yeah. This has been a real touchy topic, and it goes into a lot of the Selma issues that we have had, or
Right.
they have had, which is who has the power, the mayor or the council? And that's a rhetorical question.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into those legalities.
Because that's where a lot of, because as you know, many folks know, our police chiefs in Selma, are the chief and assistant are both on administrative leave.
Right.
And some of that is because the mayor thinks that he should choose who is the police chief or not. And it's just the tough battle.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
But again, I'm a news guy, not a lawyer, Jim.
That's
so
right.
I'm not going to
We're
get
just
into
going to
that
talk
part.
about the news, and it's
We'll
just
just
all
tell
about the
you.
news, folks. Just the facts, ma'am.
Just the facts.
All right, let's go to Perry County.
All righty.
What are they doing?
Well, Perry County right now has a building. Their highway department building was built in the early 30s. There's no air conditioner. The restrooms are inadequate. There's nowhere for the people who work there to even just sit and relax between jobs or anything like that. So they are going to build a new $1.6 million facility that will replace this building. It'll be built on the same spot right there next to Francis Marion High School, but it'll replace that building and be a state-of-the-art facility with the right equipment for the highway department, garage space for their equipment and their tractors and trucks, and a place for them to have their lunch and go to the restroom comfortably.
And have air conditioning in it.
This building doesn't even have air conditioning. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it'll also have air conditioning and heat, which would be nice in the wintertime.
Well, I mean, that's quite an investment for Perry County to make. And so, so that's what's working. And I think blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, we have already reported about this in the past, but now we have more details.
A few more details that are coming out for our print version online real soon too.
So the Firestone in Selma has had a really rough time lately.
I mean,
what in the world? They got hit really hard by Hurricane Zeta, because I have video and photos from that day, the day after.
Yeah.
Because it's all glass. Then they got hit by
the tornado,
the January 12th, 2023 tornado.
Well, in Zeta, they got damaged severely during Zeta. They got completely demolished except for 4 brick walls during the tornado. And today they had the official ribbon cutting and grand reopening of the Firestone store here in Selma, Firestone Bridgestone. And of course you saw Bigfoot. Oh, by the way, they got everything new inside. Everything on the interior is brand new. All the equipment in the garage is brand new. Everything. And even it smells
That's
good.
An investment. That's a great investment.
Oh, it's a huge investment. And a lot of these folks that work for Firestone were having to go to Montgomery to work. Now they're staying at home.
And I know they're hiring.
They are hiring. Bigfoot is there throughout the day today. Firestone was one of the first and one of the largest sponsors of the Bigfoot monster truck. So they were there. That's Bigfoot 12. He's actually seen some competition.
My neighbor has something like that.
Yeah, a lot of neighbors around here have those things.
They like those big tires.
And then, of course, the mayor and the sheriff and all the dignitaries from Firestone were there. That's awesome. Miss Thomasina Willis, who is the store manager, about to cut the ribbon.
All right.
It's official. They are open back for business after the tornado. And
I see the mayor is there. I know Terry Sewell's office is there.
Her office is there, exactly.
That's great. And it's it has been a year and a half since that tornado, and we are still cutting ribbons.
Donnie and Drew and I were riding through some areas of town, especially like over on Dallas Avenue area, and we were noticing how many of the buildings have been put back together, homes and buildings that look brand spanking new, but then how many are still
not? That's right. If you go down Dallas Avenue, you'll see a lot of houses
and a lot of the side streets. So it takes a while to recover from that kind of a trauma.
Oh yeah, and especially when insurance is involved and FEMA and SBA. We actually worked through SBA to help us as well, because we all struggled afterwards. So it's really neat, and we're all in this together.
Exactly.
We're all business owners and at least I am with these folks. We've been watching this for a while. So, but sign up for our daily newsletter, because we actually have stories like this. Firestone won't make today's newsletter because we're talking about it right now instead of finishing writing it. But
we'll have it next week.
It will
be in print next week.
Yeah, you will get to see that in a future one. All right, next, let's go to Demopolis.
Yeah, that's my other home.
So I went to the council meeting, Demopolis City Council meeting. Drastic difference from there and a Selma City Council meeting. Instead of 4.5 hours of arguing, it was 7 minutes long. But one of the things that they approved, 2 of the things, was in the entertainment district, which allows for open containers during the Freedom on the River, which is July 4th event that they are doing. That's at Demopolis Landing, and for their summer concert series that the Demopolis Area Chamber of Commerce is doing, and the city of Demopolis. So the Rockin' on the River, it will be July 18, 25. It's the three Saturdays in in July.
Oh,
So
wow.
look at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We have a story about it. And that's the new pavilion. It's going to be on this grassy part that the entertainment district will be. There's the splash pad that's also part of this area. And so your kids can cool off, which these kids were having a really good, this was yesterday.
Yeah.
They were having a really great time. I wanted to play tag with them, actually. It was pretty hot. They looked at me like, you want to? I was like, yes.
That's right there next to the new landing that they built just a couple years ago.
So nice.
It's beautiful.
So the actual concert part will be where the weigh-ins are for the fishing tournaments. And then, but you can bring blankets and chairs and your own food, but they will have food vendors there.
Oh, cool.
Food trucks. So sounds really awesome for them for
like
gatherings. And Juneteenth was this week.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't that Father's Day?
No, it was actually on Wednesday, the 19th was actually Juneteenth. But we have an event that happened in Selma on Father's Day leading up to it. And this is actually, I'm going to, let's see the whole thing. So Angela Benjamin, one of our reporters, has hosted this Mr. and Miss Juneteenth, which is the first time they've ever done that.
Yeah.
And so it involved oratory. So they had to give a speech.
Right.
And it also had a talent show and authentic African dances, which were really awesome. I think you'll see one, right here. And they awarded the winners. So it's really awesome that they did this for this has been a growing holiday. And it was a federal holiday this year. Got to take the day off. Some folks. But
banks and post office, not news people.
No, not news. We're never off.
No,
but this list looks really cool. Next year I would love to go. And also just the fact that they had on Juneteenth itself, there were many different things in Wilcox County. We had Foot Soldiers Park had an event. I'm sure I think I've got some stuff from there. From Angela will be turning in some stuff on that too.
Oh, so that's good.
Check out Selma Sun print edition and blackbeltnewsnetwork.com, and we'll have more on our Juneteenth celebrations. But we also wanted to do a little black belt roundup. We don't always have video for everything, but we have so much to share. We thought we'd throw it all under our black belt roundup. First of all, the Jim Minor Garden Homes is now under management by the Selma Housing Authority.
Right, and they made a big announcement a couple of days ago that they will be not only under new management, but there's going to be increased security. The Selma police are going to add patrols during the day, and the Dallas County Sheriff's Department will be, as the sheriff said, we're going to be patrolling at night when the creeps start creeping.
Yeah, it's a good quote. And that one's in this week's paper, by the way.
It is in this week's paper. And he put it under no uncertain. I'm not even going to tell you what he said. You got to read it in the paper.
That's right.
But he had warnings for people who are parking cars on the grass that are derelict cars. So did Kennard Randolph. He had warnings for them. Some of the people have already gotten letters on that.
But one of the most important things is that there was a catalyst to doing this management change that we put the pieces together. Yeah. There was a teenager, a freshman at Selma High, was killed in a shooting at Jim Minor. He was shot on the 1st of June. He died on the 15th. This announcement was right after that, where they were like, okay, that's enough.
And that's one of the things that Judge Jimmy Nunn was saying when he was at the announcement, that there have been too many complaints from the residents that there's too much crime, too many shootings, and too many people getting hurt. Yeah. And now, of course, a death. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, the sheriff warned ladies who are there who have more than one boyfriend who may
come around.
Yeah. His exact words are in the paper, but the judge, Kennard Randolph, Sheriff Mike Grantham, under no uncertain terms, let the residents know that it will not be
changing
tolerated any longer.
Right. So. Okay. so Wilcox County, I wanted to mention, I had this really wonderful
I love
Wilcox Central High School graduate from 1999 who sent me a message that they had through the news at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com about their reunion that they had on Saturday. It's their 25th reunion, and they let me know ahead of time because they had a community component to it. They invited a family day. They had a family day.
Oh, how cool!
And invited the community out. They also raised money for scholarships for students, current students at Wilcox Central, which I think is really awesome. So share your news. There are some really great pictures at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com from that 25th reunion. My 30th is this year. My 30th high school reunion.
My 40th was last year.
I guess we're not doing anything. We did something at 20th, but I'm all right. I look the same, right?
Yeah, I look the same too.
My mom always does that. She loves that.
I'm just dyeing my hair a different color this year.
Yeah. Okay. Now, in Linden, Representative Sewell came to Linden last week and held a senior resourcing event and had a lot of great resources for seniors.
Now that's senior, like elderly people, not seniors.
Like what you almost are.
I should have kept my mouth shut.
That's what you get. Yeah, you want that senior coffee. I know you do.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna get my free coffee.
So yes, the senior resources for the elderly to know where they can go for services and help in the Black Belt. That's what you get.
That'd be good.
And there's awesome pictures with that if you go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. Camden, we do have someone. I like to call it documenters. We have folks that we are sending to as many commission and council meetings as we can in our 6-county area. If you want to be a documenter and go to these meetings and send us either an audio of what had happened or a bullet point list. Brianna Nichols is kind of doing that. She's a reporter, but started out as a documenter. She's really learning how to be a reporter. We can't be everywhere, but we would love for you guys to help us do that. So she covers the city of Camden now. Yeah. And her story that's at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com right now is about wells.
That's right. They got the grant for some new water wells.
Yes, they did. And it's $1.2 million for contracts. And they got this funding from the American Rescue Plan Act. Now, I know that's running out for a lot of people. So it's important to be using that money now. City of Camden is doing that. They're going to be updating their wells and replacing lead water lines with this grant. So we talk a lot about infrastructure.
Well, and around water, the Black Belt, water is a problem. I mean, is clean water.
Now we've got history of artesian wells in Uniontown, and I love that history, but it's not how it works anymore.
Well, the history of Dallas County, the old Cahaba.
Oh yeah,
there are still artesian wells that are running
drink
there.
Right out of the springs. However, the infrastructure has been crumbling in the Black Belt, and that is one of our hot topics that we keep up with, by the way.
And then a lot of our infrastructure includes unsafe. Even if it's not crumbling, it's old and unsafe, may leach poisons and stuff like that. So,
hey, about one more roundup item that's pretty cool. Asher HaVon, I think is how we say his name. I don't ever say it right, but I'm so in awe of him because we watched the season. My daughter and I really enjoyed it, and he's really talented. He gets it from gospel.
Yeah,
and his mom.
Sing gospel music.
I love it.
Selma.
So he is going to be here on Saturday, live concert with the Levitt Amp series event. That's it's a second year for that. The Levitt Amp series, and he'll be at the Riverfront Amphitheater.
Oh, that's cool.
And he'll be on about 8, but there is an opening act before that. Right. There is a parade at 6:00.
Oh, cool!
I love Selma parades. If you guys have not, do you remember how many views we got to the Selma?
Yeah.
People love watching the Selma parades because you guys bring it.
I love a parade.
Who doesn't? So there's going to be a parade from City Hall to the Riverfront Amphitheater, and I know they've already made a bunch of glittery signs for him to honor him. He's also doing a meet and greet from 2 to 4
Oh, okay.
at Reflections Coffee Shop. Although I think that's sold out already. They
Yeah,
had
well,
a certain number they could do.
Even if Asher wasn't going to be there, that's a great place.
And Foot Soldiers Park is part of that as well. With
really?
Reflection. So Angela Benjamin with us. She is a longtime friend with Asher, and she'll be following him for the day. Can't wait to get some great stuff. Free live performance, and the list.
So cool.
They go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com because we have a story that I put up earlier today from Angela on the song list.
Oh, okay.
I know, because she got to go
that
backstage with him rehearsing last night, Thursday night.
Cool.
And sounds like some of them are the ones he performed at The Voice.
Oh, wow, really?
I know. I'm so excited to hear
cool.
him live. And he's a Selma baby, as everybody knows. He's a native and has a very soft heart for us. So we love having him back. He's in Montgomery rehearsing is where he was. Montgomery.
Oh, really?
So he's close. But very excited to have him come back to town. And that's on Saturday, tomorrow.
That's right.
All right. That was my roundup.
I think that everything
It's
we got in it.
That's a lot of stuff. But you know what we always do at the end?
Yes.
We always thank our sponsors. Yes, Randall Miller Funeral Services. They help you give thoughtful final gift to your family by helping you pre-plan. It's such a great way to give back to your family and let them know what it is that you want for your final send off, I guess. Now go to randallmillerfuneralservice.com, get more information. And you can be a sponsor. If you know someone who wants to be a sponsor, let us know. Help support what we're doing.
Right.
And
to our award-winning newscast.
Yes, we won a lot of awards already, but next week we find out more awards.
Oh, we got more coming.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they only release some and they leave you hanging on a few more. So we'll find out next week more awards. But yes, we won first place in several categories. No one does what we're doing right now, y'all. We're all by ourselves out here innovating. Well, we figured that you guys want to find out your news in lots of different places, not just in a print newspaper, not just online, not just on social media. You're going to find it out just from us right now. And we are so glad to have you guys. Make sure to follow us, Facebook, Instagram. We have a TikTok, YouTube. We're live there right now. That's how you can find us.
We're everywhere.
Right.
And that's fun.
And of course, sign up for the daily updates. The e-newsletter costs nothing, and you can be up to date of what's going on in the Black Belt.
And always send us stuff. We love it when you send us stuff because we'll follow up on it.
Yeah.
And like Cindy said, we can't be everywhere. So you be our eyes and ears on things we need to cover.
Yeah. So we will see you guys next week. I will be out of town, so I'll come to you guys from where I am. And
I'll come to you guys from where I am.
All right.
Where that is, who knows?
We'll let you know next week.
We'll find out next week. Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week.
See ya.